You know what? I guess that's her way of telling us her actual name is Rob. So that's pretty cool. So how things going in Charter Mopar land?
Well, I had my live stream this morning. It was about 4 hours, more or less. And then I was outside trying to work a little bit in the yard. Then I had a friend come over with a problem. So we're trying to straighten that out. And then another friend of mine, she lost the key to her mini storage. So I had to go with her with my bolt cutters, cut the old lock off. We put another lock on there. Then I was outside trying to get all the wood together that I'm going to burn later. And I've been watching the weather. It was supposed to rain today. It has a 60% chance, but it's sunny and dry. So who knows? And then I was getting ready for this live stream and the rest of the day. Oh, I did eat lunch. I had pork for lunch. But yeah, I'll have heart attack chicken for dinner. I was going to have heart attack chicken for lunch, but I thought, I feel like finishing up the pork. So that's what I did. And then that way, when I finish cutting the pork, I'll have the skin. So when I make the heart attack chicken, I can make some pork rinds to go with it.
Okay. So we just got a message from John Studd, and I don't really recognize the name John Studd. So maybe somebody you know? Okay.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Okay, good. And it doesn't mean that I will eventually know who John Studd is. I just don't know right now. But good afternoon, gentlemen. How was Rick's free steak dinner? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You went to another meetup yesterday, correct?
Yes, I did. I was invited by some really great people. Actually, it was the best meetup, I think, of the whole year because we had Mitch there, and we had the Seeleys there, the father and son. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of people there, and Dr. Nelson was there, and there's a whole list. It went on, and I was invited there, and yes, my dinner was covered. The dinner was very good. It was at the Tarragacha Steakhouse in the Melbourne Mall, and not only did we have an excellent meal and great association, but we were able to go to Mitch's house, and I got to see how he lives. His home is bigger than mine. It's a lot nicer too, even though it's in a mobile home park. And it's nice to see his studio up close. And then he had his patio. They were out there smoking cigars and talking and having fun. So it was all in all a really good day. And my host and friend who drove me around was Peter, Papa Carnivore, otherwise known as Pretzel Pete. So it was an all-around excellent experience.
Oh, that is so cool. That really is. How was it? Well, this was your first time meeting Mitch, right?
No, I met Mitch in person when I was at Dr. Kiltz's get-together.
He was there too? Okay.
Yes, Dr. Kiltz personally invited me, so I went there. And he
was there too.
He was there. He was only there for a day. He left early. Mitch is very smart. He knows his limits. He didn't want to stay for 2 days because obviously he's been recovering from the stroke, and he did go for the get-together. We had the meal at Dr. Kiltz's place, and he had, and also he had friends there, and they were out doing cigars. I think even Dr. Kiltz smoked a cigar at one time, but I wasn't there when it happened.
I wouldn't doubt.
But yeah, that was another really good meetup. So there's been two really good meetups this year.
How long is the drive for Mitch to Kiltz?
It would probably be a couple of hours at least.
That's probably a lot on Mitch. Just the driving alone is probably a lot on him. So
yes, and I don't think, again, knowing your limits is the key to being successful. If you push yourself beyond your limits, then you risk having a problem. That may be one of the reasons why Mitch had the head injury in the first place when he was in the gym and in the sauna and got dehydrated and fell over. And of course, it leads to a chain reaction. But the thing is, Mitch is able to walk without a walker. And also, although he does have a cane, he almost never uses it. The only reason that he's had it, I think, was as a way of steadying himself. But all the time that we were at the get-together, I'd never even see him use it. He put it on the chair and left it there and he was walking around, and he didn't really need it. So it's pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive. So how was it to meet Peter?
Well, Peter was actually taller than I expected. He was the second tallest person there.
Yeah, he's like 6'4", isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty tall. And the thing about Peter, I can see why they hired him for sales, because Peter is really good at communicating with people. He has a way, when you get to know him, he's trustworthy. He's someone that does seem to care about people. And he even told me that he's let some of his customers call him in his off hours that were interested in furniture or getting deliveries. So he helps to reassure people when they have doubts. And I think when it comes to business, that's a really valuable thing. And not only that, he went out of his way, because initially I took the bus and the train to get to Boca where he lives. He picked me up. We rode together to Mitch. And normally he was going to bring me back to the train station. I went home. But a couple of my other friends, and one of them is Chuck Supertune, he gave me this old computer, this media center type computer. It's very heavy in a big box. There's no way I could have wrestled with that thing on the train. And he also gave me some meat. A box of meat was for me and Peter. But Peter's freezer was full. So Peter told me I could have all the meat. The only thing he wanted was a little bit of coffee that he had given him. And of course, I don't drink coffee. So I'm like, yes, that's fine.
No brainer, right?
Right, no brainer. And then also, Mike Seeley's father gave me an old telephone and a laptop, which I have, which I can use here, in my home studio. So I had those things to take with me. So what Peter said, well, we'll just put it in his car. He drove me all the way from Boca to Miami, and then of course he had to go back. So I didn't have to take the train back. Otherwise, I would have been struggling with the box. If it wasn't for the box, I would have had no trouble getting back on the tri-rail and then coming down the way I came. But yeah, so he went out of his way. And again, we went together to Mitch, and from there, and it was an all-around really good experience. Every time that I get together with the carnivore community, it's an absolutely great experience, whether it's Hack Your Health, whether it was Kiltz's meetup or Mitch's meetup. Excellent. Everyone in the carnivore community I've met is definitely a good person, in my opinion.
Yeah. And eventually we'll meet. You and me will meet. I know you already met Lewis and Dr. and no, you didn't meet Dr. Berry. Of course, Dr. Kiltz. Carrie Mann, that's who I was thinking of.
I met Carrie Mann, yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Carrie Mann, when I saw him in person, I could see that he was a sincere individual, and I think we got along pretty well. So that was another good experience.
Yeah. So it's, I think people do like you a lot, Dare I say they love you, and everything. I mean, I think a lot of people would rather see Milton, but since Milton can't come, yeah.
Well, Milton is here. I mean,
Although I might meet him in person, but because it's Milton,
That is true. And there'll be another kitty, because that other kitty has become my friend. So now we got two kitties around here. Who knows?
Have you figured out a name you want to do for her?
I have not figured out a name for her. I'm still trying to get this thing configured where they can get her fixed, but we'll see. I don't know. I called her Miss Kitty and Callie the Calico,
I like Miss Kitty. I mean, I'll be honest with you, because you think about it. Originally, when you met her, it was like enticing Milton, right? So, like, in a way, Miss Kitty sounds like she's like head of a brothel or something like that,
Well, that's what she was doing that, and until Milton got fixed, he was taking the bait. He was trying to get out. But now that Milton's fixed, it's not quite as big of a problem.
Right.
I just hope they don't rip each other apart. But she's more timid than he is. He's the go-getter, and she runs away. So, yeah, it's quite.
That kind of the way it is with females of every species.
It could be.
They're the ones that, they're the ones who interact and stuff.
Although I've known several females that are more assertive than most males. That's
what I meant. Nikki,
yeah.
The lioness is more assertive, and because they're the ones who know.
Exactly.
So let me see. So we got Frank here. Hello, Frank, and my favorite lady, Rockin' Coach Amy is here. We got Lizzie's World. Lizzie's here, and we got Sharon is also in the chats. We're now up to 28 people in the chats.
That's good.
Viewing. Now I don't know because I saw that you were able to get your channel onto here, which I'm glad. That's why I'm doing this in the first place. Oh, Mike
Hmm.
Sealy. Can't forget about Mike. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Um, Now I'm not sure if Mike is going off your channel or going off my channel, but Mike is here.
I'll have to look.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird. Like I'm looking at your thing right now, and it has the letter P on it. So what does P stand for?
I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
That is strange.
You know what? It could be an R, but the YouTube symbol, you know the that symbol that they have might be covering part of the R. So it could be
Oh,
for that reason.
it could be. It could be.
Which R would make more sense.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
Mike Sealy is on my channel. So,
okay.
and again, him and his dad, I think they're like the foundation of the meetup. So, and I've seen him Hack Your Health and at Kiltz's meetup, and we always seem to sit nearby each other. We're always
They
next to each
seem
other.
every single time Mitch mentions a meetup and stuff like that, they seem to be sort of like that gatherer.
Well, that's because the Mike's dad, the senior one, lives in Melbourne, so they're kind of like neighbors.
And we just got joined by three really, really, really important people. Now I'm sounding like that guy. Really, really, really important people. Brisket Boomers. Amy is here. North Dakota Carnivore. Lance is here. And we got our favorite carnivore teacher himself, John.
John Laspina. And of course, he has his live tomorrow. Well, tomorrow and Monday.
Yes. And Helix is here. She's saying be right back, but she just came from, she's on both Instagram and YouTube, it looks like. Yeah, because for some reason, the Instagram doesn't show on the chats on StreamYard. You have to go over to Instagram in order to see what the chats are, which is weird. The only reason I have it on there is because there's people that aren't really in YouTube, and they're part like people from my high school and stuff like that to see if it comes on. Like last week, my niece actually came on and said hello to everybody. But you actually met my niece. She was on the first live. Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah. She said now she's actually, I guess she's back in Georgia. But she was living in France for a while there.
Really?
Yeah, her school brought her over to France. So Helix said that she was going to be right back, and then she's now back. So welcome back, Helix. So I keep up. When I think of you now, I keep on thinking of the video you sent me to my email about Rick the vegan.
Right?
I don't know why, but I don't know what made you think of doing that or anything like that. And to tell you the truth, I don't remember even how long it was for. That you made a video. I'm guessing you made it for me, and if I can find it, do you mind if I show it?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you talk and let you tell any updates you have or anything like that, or for people that may not know, just to tell a little bit about yourself. Anybody out in the world, because now you're going on Instagram, so there might be people that don't really know your 42 years. I said 52 years. Your 42 years of what brought you here.
Well, that's true. The thing is that if you're familiar with the carnivore community, it's a relatively new phenomenon. Nobody used the name carnivore diet until maybe 7-8 years ago. And it was really popularized by the famous Dr. Sean Baker and also the somewhat fruity Paul Saladino, who was pushing the carnivore diet originally but has fallen off of it. And really what it comes down to is basically a meat and water diet. Now, technically, carnivore diet, if you eat 70% or more meat, you can eat other things along with it, which would include plant material. But I was a kid who was raised by parents who were very much health conscious, especially my dad. And Milton just turned off the light. Hold on a second. Okay. Milton must be playing with the controller in the other room. He loves to do that.
That's good.
It's okay. I have another controller here. Now, the thing is, because of the fact that I was raised on healthy foods, it was always encouraged for me to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, drink the fruit juice, vegetable juice, avoid the red meat because too much red meat is bad for you. A little bit's okay, but too much is bad. And don't deep fry in lard or any animal fats. Avoid fried foods as much as possible, but if you do, use healthy vegetable oils, get rid of the butter, use margarine, eat the low-fat cheese, eat the low-fat dairy, don't drink the whole milk, because again, all that stuff's going to give you a heart attack. And as for me as a kid, I started thinking about it. I was a skinny kid, got picked on a lot, and very short, hated my life, didn't like going to school, so I thought, hey, if I could get heart disease, maybe I could get out of going to school. And then life would be a lot better. So it seemed like there was no downside. And then when I fell through the roof and broke my arm and I was kind of stuck in the house, it just hit me. Rick, you can rebel by eating all the stuff they tell you not to eat. And that would include as much fatty red meat as you can get your hands on. And if you're going to cook chicken or anything like that, don't eat that white meat. Eat the dark meat and deep fry it in something really unhealthy like lard. So that's how the whole thing started. And I was a 15-year-old, and it was 1983. And I've done my very best to try and get that heart attack, but it never came. But I still use the term heart attack diet. Oh, yes, the Rick the Vegan video. This was me using my dad's old juicer to make fun of the vegan diet. You remember those things? Champion juicer. All right. Huh. Is that, yeah, there we go.
Oh, so it looks like Rick the carnivore is out hunting for disgusting ducker iguana. Oh, how terrible. I can't stand him. I can't believe they were in the same family. Anyway, this is the other one. This is Rick the vegan, and we're going to prepare a delicious living food raw vegan dinner. So, while Mr. Corpse Man is away, I went out into the garden and I picked some delicious living foods. What is this? I don't know. Could be beans, could be poison ivy. I don't know. So, what we're going to do, we're going to start off with some delicious banana leaves, and then we have, forget wheatgrass, we have actual grass from the yard. And what we're going to do, we're going to make delicious raw living juices for our juice fast. So, let's give it a try. All we got to do is turn on the juicer, and the delicious, such good food. Oh, it tastes so good. Oh, it's going to be the best ever. And the best thing is, we won't have to worry about heart disease like that nasty saturated fat. Uh-oh, we have a problem. Let's see. Okay. I guess the juicer doesn't work. It looks like it's stuck. All right, get this thing out of here. All right. Okay. This is not working. Okay. In order to make this work, we have to rip off the banana leaves piece by piece, put them into the juicer. Okay. Put a little bit in there. Stick it in. Okay. Come on. Look at these delicious raw living foods. Piece of junk. Right? Smells good. Well, the juicer got clogged up, so we'll have to try something else. Yes, we'll try the Vitamix. All right, let's see.
It does, yeah.
What a mess. It was a nightmare.
Now you guys know what happened when I saw it.
Try to jam all that crap in there and grind it up. It's like a mulcher. And that was real time. That was not fake.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I know. I can just imagine the mess.
It was bad. You can hear it bogging down. Can you imagine eating stuff like that all day?
Oh my god. And you know, like, I'm not even seeing anything moving in that thing. The lettuce is just stuck in there.
Well, it's all that fiber.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it shows you.
That's the comment I made at the end. What that fiber does to your digestive system.
Yep, I know.
What a nightmare.
I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's get to the end and see the end product.
Possible. That way you can never get clogged up like the juicer did. The juicer, I don't know.
Oh my god.
I think the juicer's going to need a laxative. Come on. Oh well.
Oh well.
You know, fiber is very good for your digestion. It's just what you need to unclog those pipes. Anyway, that's it from Rick the Vegan. Enjoy your plant-based journey.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me just take that out. That is funny. That when I saw that was really funny.
The funny thing,
I'm glad
I made it and it's still funny.
Yeah. Well, you never. I mean, you made it, but did you actually see it?
Yeah, I watched it. The thing is, when I made it, I went to record it. I only edited out a little piece where the thing got stuck, but other than that, it's unedited. So I watched the whole thing, and I laughed so much. I thought, you know what? I'm going to put this on YouTube. and it's just way too funny.
All right, so I'm going to read some comments that were made by it. The first one is, and then I'm going to read a question. Okay, so I'll do the comments first, then the question, because it's more comments, obviously. So Helix says, that sounds like a louder wood chipper.
Yep.
And then John, carnivore teacher, says, then you had the joy of cleaning all that mess up.
That's right. And it wasn't easy.
And then we have Joe Sleep and Slim Down Journey. Looks like you just killed Kermit. Yes, he killed me, and then I came back to life. and then
oh, yep.
And then Jonathan made a quote, but no, that wasn't a quote. Oh, he just says classic. Jonathan.
Yep.
Muscle. And just let you guys know, Jonathan is going to be on next week.
Excellent.
On here, so I just want to make sure you guys know that. And then I'm going to hide the current comment and let me start the question. Now that I know how to star things and keep them onto the side, Helix is asking, did you say you were going to be at Meatstock USA? I have completely forgotten. Then get to your duck drawing.
No, I can't afford that expensive stuff. I'm not going.
All right, so I'm going to hide that. And which drawing was she referring to? If you're talking about the one I always show, I have it at my other desk. And
yeah, that must be it.
Yeah, it's clearly in another room right now. So maybe I'll go in the other room later, but not now. Or did you want to see it again? You've already seen it like 1,000 times, so. Thank you though for that. Okay, so yeah, I when you sent that to me, what was the reason why you made that and sent it to me? Like, what was going on that made you think, hey, I'm going to send Tom a video of me being Rick the vegan?
I'm not sure. I know that there had been a lot of vegan videos at that time, people condemning the carnivore diet, how dangerous it was, and how it caused you all these problems and constipation. I've had so many people say the carnivore diet causes constipation, and you got to eat fiber to go to the bathroom. And I say, well, if I pour fiber down my kitchen sink, it's going to clog the drain. How is fiber going to help me go to the bathroom? And then why do I want to go to the bathroom 3 times a day? All I'm going to do is get a sore rear end if all I'm doing is passing out material. I might as well be a cow. If you've ever seen how a cow lives, what do they do all day? They graze, and as they walk around, they eject waste. And cow poop is not solid. Cow poop is liquid. It's mushy. Carnivore poop is more solid. And everyone says you need to have a more solid poop. So I thought years ago, I know what cows eat. I know what goats eat. I know what all animals that eat grass, they put out poop like almost a semi-liquid. So is that the way that I want to go? Well, if I do that, it's diarrhea. So it didn't make sense to me. So when they came back with this vegan nonsense, I figured I just thought about my dad constantly grinding, blending, and all that nasty stuff. I said, okay, I'm going to take out Dad's old Vitamix and old juicer, and I'm going to make my own version of this vegan crap. And that's what it was.
Uncle Charlie is asking, and I think I know what he was talking about. I caught a little bit of it, but not a lot, Uncle Charlie, about did anybody catch, but I think he meant Butter Bob on a show last night that got Todd Carnivore.
I did.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw that they were on together. Was Todd interviewing Bob, or was it like a collaboration type thing?
I guess it was kind of like an interview but it was both ways, because Bob had seen Todd's story. I guess when he had his last live, he was on there and he started describing all the problems that Todd had all these problems where he was super obese, barely able to move around. His life, I mean, basically consisted of only walking to the bathroom and that's it. And I think it really inspired Bob. Now, Bob has always been, in my opinion, the original YouTube carnivore. There's nobody on YouTube that's been making carnivore videos longer than Bob. And Bob was also the first one I ever saw on YouTube to make his version of Rick's Heart Attack Chicken. But of course, Bob does it the Southern way, which is in a pan. But Rick's Heart Attack Chicken, as you know, is in a pot.
Right.
Now, of course, if the chicken is slippery and it falls in the pot, you've taught me that there is a risk of injury, which I never knew before.
Right.
So, Thomas, you have been my tester. You're like the underwriters' laboratories. You're like the underwriters' laboratories of cooking, because I had no idea that there was any danger involved in heart attack chicken other than burning your house down. And that only happens when the lard is overheated and you get smoke, which has never happened. I've never had a kitchen fire. But now you've shown me that if you drop it in too fast, that can happen.
Yeah, if it drops too hard. Yeah.
It drops too hard.
You never, if I'm not mistaken, because I think you mentioned this to me, you don't do the whole chicken, do you?
No.
You just do like pieces.
I do pieces because it's faster.
Well, that's probably a different story right there. If I did pieces, I probably wouldn't have fallen so hard. But
Right.
with my stubbornness and my male stubbornness, I wanted to look like a turkey. Just because it wasn't turkey, I wanted to emulate a turkey. So the only way to do that is to do a whole one.
Well, when I fry chicken, I also fry turkey. I cut it up too. I cut out the turkey
And
breast.
that's what I should have done,
Yeah.
But in the next time, most likely that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll just cut it up, or not even, or I'll just buy it the way I do. I'll just do like chicken quarters, because I'm not really much on the breast meat, to tell you the truth. I used to love breast meat, but it's too dry.
Right.
What do you do with it? It's like,
Well,
it's obviously better if you do it in that style.
there is something you can do with the breast meat, and that's one of the reasons I need to bring out the blender. The last time I used that blender was in that video you showed, but I did clean it up. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make my coronary cluckers, which are basically Rick's version of the chicken nugget, and that uses white meat blended.
I heard about that, and that I will agree with. And I think I heard about it because you mentioned it on something with me, or no?
I might have, yeah.
Well, you saw the video I did before with the coated chicken, so I used the pork panko crumbs.
Right.
I was using regular pork rinds, but it's just a pain in the butt to crunch them.
Right.
So I got pork panko crumbs.
All you got to do is throw the pork rinds in the blender, pulse it, and you got your pork, crumbs.
Pretty much, yeah. But I just got it, And then I'm going to try a few things. I'm going to do a video on me eating mackerel, because I haven't had mackerel yet. So I'm going to try.
Nice.
Open the can and everything like that, and do like a taste thing that like Aaron does with the mackerel, but it'll only be like maybe like a 30-second video, because how long does it take you to eat mackerel,
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to try to make. I saw a video on making. Sorry if I mispronounce it, but brioche bread.
Brioche.
Brioche, thank you. Brioche bread, and it's pretty simple. It's just a few eggs, some powdered whole milk, and some baking soda or baking powder.
Mm-hmm.
I have both, so it doesn't really matter. I'll find out which one it is, and you just take that and mix it up, and then you take either an ice cream scoop, which I don't have, or probably anything would do, and you just put it on some parchment paper on a cast iron skillet, put in the oven,
Mm-hmm.
and you get like these rolls. And I thought if I succeed with that, I will then use that as a roll to do my hard attack burger, and I'll do the challenge.
That's a great idea.
And I'm going to do. I have some. I also have some cheese and some eggs. So I'm going to attempt finally to do. It's not going to be a chaffle, but it will be a chan cake, because I don't have a waffle iron. I only have a griddle cake type thing. So I'll do that. see how that is, and go from there. And like I said, I'll do the hardtack chicken. So probably sometime this week, I will be eating on video. I'll be eating the hardtack burger.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So I probably won't win. Aaron probably is going to be way faster, and you're probably going to be way faster than I am. And it's been a while. I've been eating such small proteins and everything. This will probably go against my protein intake that I'm supposed to be doing. But I think it's worth one day of going against the grain and just testing out the waters. So,
That's true.
yeah.
And like I said, I was eating heart attack burgers 3 times a week for a long time. When meat was cheap, it was a fast and convenient way to get a big lunch. And that's about the limit of how much I can eat before I start to get tired. If I eat more than that, then I become very sluggish, and I'll waste 2 or 3 hours out of the day just taking a nap.
And I probably will do the same thing, but it's worth it. I'll do it on a day I'm not working, so I don't have to worry about being late.
Right.
I'm actually working two nights this week, because in order to give me hours, he kind of has to do before it was just 6 to 2, but now it's okay, well, if you need extra hours, then I have to kind of mix in some nights too. I'm like, okay, well, as long as it's on Wednesdays and Saturdays, that's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
And on a day that I pretty much say, hey, can you, if I have a doctor's appointment or something like that. So,
right.
Which I know you haven't seen a doctor in a long time, which I wish that I was at that stage. But
it was almost 30 years.
Wow. And I don't think there's any reason why you would need to see a doctor.
Well,
I mean, have you ever come close though to where you're like, should I or shouldn't I?
I haven't really been sick since that time when I was going plant-based back in 93 and I got a horrible flu. That was about the last time, but by the time I was well enough to go to the doctor, I got better. But I had a week or two of total misery, and I was basically bedridden for several days. It was horrible. And no, I haven't really had that problem. I mean, other than when I was younger, I stepped on a nail and got a tetanus shot, but it's been a long time since I've had to go to a doctor.
Okay, so I see this quote from Jemmett, and hey, Jemmett, how you doing, Juju? Says something to Sandy. Sandy, yes, with Michelle Pfeiffer, looks good. Okay. I'm not sure. I guess I had to go further back to find out what they're talking. Oh, okay. If anyone has Paramount Plus, check out Madison, Kurt Russell. Oh, yeah. Okay. I haven't seen that yet, but okay, Sandy. I don't have time to watch TV anymore.
I don't either.
I
tell everybody I'm not going to spend my time watching people that I'll never meet and then don't know who I am.
Oh, Rick, everybody knows who you are.
That's true, but none of these celebrities know who I am.
Okay. Let me see. So Uncle Charlie says, my doctor says I have high cholesterol, 184. She says red meat is no good. It's heart disease. I go, could you print me up the paperwork so I can read it at home? She gave me about 40 pieces of paper. I'm sure there's lots of literature of made up information,
Mm-hmm. The best thing to do would be to find one of these carnivore doctors. Maybe check out Dr. Kiltz's channel or see who you can contact. Some of them have to have the information.
And speaking of which, in a few weeks, Dr. Kiltz is going to be on here. Now, we're not going to be doing the elongated that I normally do with all my guests because Dr. Kiltz has a busy schedule. Not that we all have a busy schedule, but I mean, I still think that Dr. Kiltz is cloned.
He's got to be.
Because how is he he's almost at every meetup. He's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said I think he's a hologram. Yeah, but then I don't know about that because he's able to he can put his hand on your shoulders. He can do this, you know. So I don't know. Like I think the clone sounds better.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've met him in person a few times, and he felt real to me.
Yeah, I mean, when I met him, he felt real to me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And but he's going to be on my channel, so please, people, I'm telling you this now. Whatever questions you have for him, bombard him with them because he's going to be. That's probably what he's going to want to do is answer a lot of questions, you know. But he's going to be on for just the hour, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have a month to think of good questions for Dr. Kiltz.
That's right.
You know. So, just trying to think. So, who is the biggest person? Well, you already said you were happy to meet Mitch. You're happy to meet Peter. Was there anybody that's not really big to us that's in the world that you met that was like, oh, this was a really cool person to meet? You know, like that you maybe even somebody you didn't know before and that you learned about.
Well, let's see. At Kiltz's meetup, I got to meet Joe and Rachel, the two crazy ketos.
Oh,
I had seen their channel, but I had never met them in person. And Rachel, she's amazing. She just has such an energy and was so happy to see me. That was a surprise. I'm this lady's talking to me. Oh, you're Rick. You're the one that eats iguanas and ducks and all that. Thinking, who in the world is that? But then I realized, okay, I know who they are, and between the two of them, they have a lot of knowledge. They're here in Florida, so I want to meet them in person at their farm, and I will once I get my truck running.
right.
But that was a surprise, and it's quite amazing. I also got to meet Mike's wife yesterday, and I didn't realize there's a picture of her and me. There's a huge height difference, but I never realized I'd never seen her before. And other than that, you know, I mean, obviously, Mitch, this is the second time I met him in person, and this time I got to see where he lives, so I got a better picture of what makes Mitch, what goes through his mind, and I see there's a lot of similarities between him and me, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, I met some really great people. And of course, at Hack Your Health, I met a couple of the big time celebrities, like obviously Dr. Baker, and there's that picture of me standing next to Dr. Baker to finally answer the question once and for all.
Which one of you two are taller? Right?
Which one of you two are taller? And the picture speaks for itself.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I saw the picture with you next to Dr. Nelson. That was, you know, Lurch against Uncle Fester. Yeah,
that's right. You know, I do play the part of Lurch quite well.
Yes. Well, you know, I mean, it helps to have Nelson next to you to give that imagery, you know.
That's right.
There, so. I'm just reading the chats as well. You know, Lizzie actually wants to meet Max Sherman.
I met him at Hack Your Health, believe it or not.
How was he?
He's kind of what I expected, and he did interview me a couple of years ago. If you've seen on his, I was interviewed by him.
Yeah, I never actually met him or anything like that. Aside from seeing him on some of Bella's stuff, I never really.
When he first started out, I think, you know, he had an interview with me. A lot of people will start their YouTube videos by interviewing me because I'm the most approachable and I'm probably the most oddball of all the carnivores. And you'll see like Dave Mack. There's several channels that started with me. And then, you know, as it goes on.
How long you've been carnivore.
Right.
That's an indication too.
Right.
You know?
And that's like I tell people, the very worst thing that could happen if you start the carnivore diet, what could happen to you? You could be like Rick, which isn't bad. I mean, Rick may be a little bit quacked, but I'm still alive and I still feel great. So it's not bad.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. All right. So let me just not sure what's going on here. Sorry about that. I've got something blocking us, so we're blocking the chats now.
Hmm.
Right. So John is saying Rick is the most unique carnivore and the longest eating carnivore.
That's right. And I got to meet John in person at Hack Your Health. We even ate together. So
Wow.
another one
You're
of our
at the
great
same
carnivore
table?
community.
You're at the same table. Is that what you mean by? Yeah.
Well, he was eating at a restaurant close to the convention center. He invited me there to share some burger patties. We had a good times, and we were up there in Tampa. And we also talked in the lobby. You know, we were hanging out for a bit. The way it worked at the meetups is that I would be there. Somebody would recognize me. Then we'd talk for a while. We'd do a few things. And then when they had to go somewhere else and somebody else, I'd meet someone else. Eventually, I ended up at the Dr. Kiltz booth, as you know. And I guess once Dr. Kiltz met me, then he realized that, you know, Rick's kind of a good guy. And then that may be why he invited me to his get-together, which has really surprised me because I figured since I'm the poorest guy in the carnivore community, nobody would want me at their meetups because I don't have any money. But they still invited me, which goes to show that the carnivore community is the most generous of all the communities, and they appreciate helping people out. I never ask anybody for anything, but they give it to me because we just got great people in this community. And you know that. It's happened to you as well.
Yeah. And John says it was great to know Rick in person. I can just imagine. And I guess it's somebody that Carnivore Muscle either has met or would like to meet. Maggie White, 80 plus. Isn't she like 84, 85 now? She's got to be 84.
Probably by now. And yeah, she
83 when I first started hearing about her. So almost 2 years. So
yeah, Dr. Chafee had found her. And then, believe it or not, it was Bart K that had told me in the first place, because it's been at least 3.5 years since Bart K interviewed me. And then at one time, Bart K would always talk about how long I've been carnivore. But then the Maggie Rancher came around, and then she became the official longest carnivore. And I think that's why the more popular channels, they went towards her direction, because I'm a little bit of an oddball. And I think a lot of people didn't want me as sort of the poster child for the carnivore community because, as Peter says, I scare people away. Initially, when people see me and they know that I do things like eat iguanas and make cooking gas out of poop and go through the dumpster and all that stuff, they would think this guy is really totally quacked. And it kind of reflects badly on the carnivore diet. But if you can find somebody like her that has a ranch, raises cattle, and has been eating the carnivore diet for a long time and is in good shape for their 80s, that works out really well. Who in the world is calling me?
I was going to say, it's like an alien from above, is it?
I will call them back.
I was going to say, it's not like somebody from Scream or something like that. Like,
no,
I
around here that wouldn't work because they'd be the ones that would be afraid. I'd open the door, come on in. You rang. They'd drop their mask and go, boom.
No, you know what it is? It's Mitch.
Oh. No, that's actually one of my customers. Oh. And they probably either they need something or they're going to give me something. So one of the two things, they can leave a message. I will call back.
John's asking, how many phone ringers do you have?
I have a telephone. Well, there's a telephone in every room. And here in the living room, there's probably 3 telephones. There is the electronic key system. There's the old 1A2 system with the mechanical bells. And then there's a cordless phone, which is this one. Now, I use the cordless because when I'm outside working, I can clip this thing on my belt. And then that way when somebody calls, I get a message. But it's, most of the time when I'm in the house, I just use the rotary. I turn this on because after my live stream, I turn on all the phones. I forgot to turn it off. And that's the reason why it rang. And during the live stream, I do leave the other phone on in case somebody calls in. But it's pretty rare that somebody calls in. My last caller was actually Mitch. That was a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah, I think I probably called you like before that.
Yes, you have.
I called you a few times.
You're actually one of my first.
Jonathan is asking me, what would you like to talk about next week? Well, and I think Rick can attest to this too. I mean, normally, especially if it's somebody that's never been on my channel before, hey, Milton. Milton's like looking around like, okay, the lights are okay, the camera's okay, okay.
Yeah.
You put me down now.
It's attack time. It's attack time for Milton.
So Jonathan's asking, what do I want to talk about? You know,
Ow.
I my main thing is to hear the story, let you tell the story, give you enough time to tell it, and then if we have enough time, we just chew the fat. We just talk and just let the just let it all flow. So don't out too much about it. Just I'm sure, and I know you have a good story to tell. I mean, and I know that you can fill up a lot of space with just your story alone. So, you'll be good. Carnivore Jerry is here, and she says, "Please, good afternoon. Please pardon my tardiness, Thomas. Had a new client appointment. Hey, I am happy that you even showed up. So that's all that matters to me. Doesn't matter how late you are, just as long as you came to the party." And Juju says that she likes your telephone booth.
Oh, great. I got several. One out front, as you've probably seen.
Yeah. Let me just pause this. Right here. And yeah, I know, Jerry, you're a horrible moderator. I'm not going to deny that, No, you're a good moderator, Jerry. I'm very grateful for you. Oh, that's probably why she's mentioning it, because she was talking from your channel, and she's not a moderator on your channel. She's a moderator on my channel. So. And we got Bob, retired Rick. Oh no, not Bob. I'm sorry, retired Rick.
Mm-hmm.
He fooled me, because normally I just see retired Rick, and then I saw the carnivore thing. So, hey, retired Rick, how you doing? And just to put it out there, if anybody wants to be interviewed, just email me. Anytime. I mean, I think Rick will tell you that I'm not a hard person to interview to.
That's right.
All right. And Super Tune, which I think Super Tune's name is Charlie, but
that's right.
Okay. I'm listening as much as I can at work, making up time from yesterday's meetup trip. Did you see at the meetup yesterday?
Yes, he was.
Okay, so what's Super Tune like?
Well, I've seen him twice, and once was a Kiltz's meetup, and the other time here. He's definitely someone that works with engines, so we had a lot to talk about. And as you know, he gave me this computer and some meat. Here.
Whoa. Okay. And you said he gave us some meat too?
Yep. I got some meat. It was some was for Peter and some for me, but Peter said his freezer's totally full, so I've got it in my freezer. My freezer had plenty of room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you mentioned that before. So,
Milton.
Which is pretty nice.
Yeah. Oh, Milton wants to play with a cat toy. Here, Milton.
So I'm surprised Peter. Well, Peter's Saturday, so Peter's probably at work.
Yeah, Saturday's busy. The weekends are busy for him.
I remember when I used to do furniture sales. I remember the weekends were you had no choice. You had to work. Like, I don't think you got any weekend off, at least not for me.
Right.
Days too. Like that's the life you lived.
Right.
Make money, you had to work those days.
And I have to admit, I've never bought furniture in my life, but I think most people do buy furniture.
Yeah, they do. And they always buy them like during like President's Day, and it's like weird how they.
My furniture doesn't come from a furniture store.
Your furniture is like the the milk crates.
Well, from a clean out, and it has to be old. I don't like new furniture because it's all cheaply made. So I have to get like 40, 50-year-old furniture.
Jerry is saying, thank you, Juju. The worst storm is going to hit later today into Sunday. Pray for us. Okay. We'll definitely pray for you, Jerry. I forget where Jerry lives exactly, but I know she's like an hour difference from me. If I'm mistaken.
Milton.
Like it's like an hour. Like right now, it's almost 5 o'clock here, so I think she's like almost 4 o'clock. Wisconsin. Thank you, Jerry. See, I wanted to see if you were listening, so that's good. I see. They're talking 20 plus inches of snow.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
It's in the 80s here.
Okay. Just looking back. Let me look on my Instagram, see if anybody. I think people pretty much just left the Instagram because because there's only 2 people in there, and Helix I think came over to YouTube to talk. So now I don't know if there's anybody else here. There might be somebody hit. Right now we have 40 people watching.
Nice.
Which I'm not sure how. Most of them are probably on your channel.
It's possible. I know I got some of the best viewers on YouTube. That just doesn't change.
Oh yeah, well so do I. I mean, I have the best viewers too, but you're a little bit more, And believe me, I'm happy about it. I'm not bitter at all.
Right. Well, that's good. Milton's playing.
Brian, Jerry lives in the middle of the forest, not the woods.
Huh.
Just joking. So, Karen Harrington. Hello, Karen. How you doing? So I'm actually curious. I'm going to actually check something out real quick. I'm going to go over to YouTube. Right now I can't see you. All right, let me mute it because I don't want to hear it. You have, it looks like 23 people watching on your channel.
All right. That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You got Cassandra. Oh, okay. Carnivore Farm Mom. Cass. I didn't put 2 and 2 together on that one. Hey, Cass, how you doing? And then I'm trying to think. Oh, did you meet that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell, but I forget his name. I think it was like Norse Carnivore or something like that. That had the bad accent.
Yes, that was that Hack Your Health. He got run over by a car.
Yeah, I know Adam did that joke in that video where he was run over by a vegan.
Yeah. I'm lucky. The only time that I've been hit by a car, I was in a vehicle.
Well, I don't really want to get hit by a car either way.
Yeah. Well, the one
more protected, I guess.
Whenever I'm in my own vehicle, I never get injured. But when I was in somebody else's, I got hurt. But no, my vehicle, everything I have is so big and junky, you barely feel it.
Well, you have how old's your van?
98.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I picture you having something older than that even.
Well, I have a 69 Dodge Charger I used to drive, and I had a 69 Dodge truck. It had a railroad track for a rear bumper, and it ran on wood.
I told you about my niece's truck, right? That she has a 1970 Ford pickup.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, did I tell you about that? Or not?
I don't remember that one, no, Milton.
Yeah. I mean, it's, she's a 22-year-old girl, so I mean, it's not, it's more for show than anything. She hardly even drives it.
Yeah, it's like a collectible.
Yeah, it just pretty much just stays in my sister's driveway.
Oh,
I think she shows it off at like car shows whenever.
well, that's good.
So Roxanne just mentioned that she's here.
Hello.
Hello, Roxanne. I know Roxanne from SBG. She's actually in the I'm trying to think of the word. The insulin resistance intensive program.
That SPG thing is still going?
Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't. I never know. It's one of those things I don't even know if it exists anymore.
Oh, SBGs. Yeah, that's Bella's not going to stop.
Okay. So it's like one of those things you just don't see. I don't see anything on YouTube or anything anymore.
No, I mean, well, she mentions it on our lives and stuff like that, but does she still do lives on Friday nights? I think so. Right?
I haven't seen any.
Yeah, I'm sure she still does. Everybody always changes their path, so it's hard to keep track.
I try to stay in one time and stay always the same.
Yeah. Sandy remembers Kelly's truck. That's cool. Sandy's like one of my strongest supporters.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, every one of you guys is a pretty strong supporter, but Sandy, I can always expect Sandy to be like even in the chats like before everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how's Milton doing right now?
He's playing with something on the floor, and I'm trying to watch and see if he stays away. I got the cords wrapped up with some of this nylon wrap, so hopefully he won't be chewing the mic cord anymore.
Oh, okay. So Helen just joined. All for Jesus Carnivore. Hello, Helen. Sorry I haven't talked to you in a while. Sandy says that she's retired. It just means you have more time on your hands, Sandy. To eat more meat.
That's always a good thing.
Yes. Oh, and John Together Strong is here. Hey, John. How you doing?
Hey.
And he actually mentions about Sandy. He mentions Sandy is so involved with the community. Love the hell out of her.
That's good.
I think we all love Sandy, and I was actually pretty stoked when Sandy came onto my channel the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You rang.
From 17865549247.
Oh well.
Yeah, as if you understand what that says. I'm blah 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 blah.
Sounds like something from Snoopy and the Peanuts cartoons.
I know. Well, I used to love. I don't know. I always found it so funny when these kids were talking to their teachers, and they'd be like, Mrs. Jones, did you want me to finish the report on the solar system? So you want me to do all 9 planets? Pluto's not a planet, really?
That's right.
Like, how do you understand that person?
That's funny.
So I'm trying to think of different things for us to talk about. I mean, does anybody have questions for Rick? Any updated questions? I know Rick is pretty open-minded and pretty open-ended and stuff like that. But take advantage of him being here.
That's right. It's not every day.
Oh, Spanky's here.
Ah, here we go.
He's saying, "How the heck are you?" So I'm thinking of something that I'm going to go back in time a little bit. I'm wondering if you are okay with it. to kind of keep things rolling still, how would you feel if I put the link into the chats? If
Yeah,
anybody can come on here, they can come on.
go for it.
All right. And if Milton comes on his own thing, then you know that he is. All right. So I'm going to put in the chats, everybody. I'm just copying it right now. If anybody else wants to come on and give their love to Rick and say hello, you can do that. And I'm not on my thing, but if anybody's watching YouTube, if Jerry, if you're watching, you might be able to pay. No, I don't think you can actually. So let me also go back to my own channel, which would probably be easier for me to do live. Let's look at the Rick stuff. Okay, and then I'm going to do that trick that I keep on wishing the Bruce would do from his channel. And then, so it should be pinned at the top now. So if anybody wants to come on here, say hello to Rick. We can do that, So I always like to give it for the 2 hours, and it's not that me and Rick can't. We just know about each other so much that All right. So, Gemmit's Rick, when Miss Kitty cometh inside, and how did Milton do when you were away? Meow.
Milton does fine when I'm away because I always make sure he has adequate food and water. And Miss Kitty, when she came inside, she was a little bit apprehensive. She took one look at Milton and got scared and then started running all around the house. Milton didn't know what was going on, so eventually I had to let her back out because everything was being knocked over.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I could picture that. How far in did she get?
About here in the living room.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry if I missed the video, but did you videotape it or?
I didn't video it, but I think I got some of the results. But it took me a while to clean up everything that was knocked over. But she did go back outside. Nobody was hurt. It was just more of a wildcat race than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a while. I mean, you just have to keep on trying it every once in a while, and eventually, so 2 cats will get along probably, and you're going to always have fighting and stuff like that, but that goes with the course of, the more they become brother and sister, the more they're going to fight.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a question from Terry. Oh, it jumped. Damn it, Spanky, how's your dad doing? There's a question for Spanky, so Spanky, you can answer that question. Question, hi all, from Terry B833, Teresa, which I know from Healing Humanity. I was wondering if you ever run into any of your old high school friends, Rick.
That's a good question. I do have one old high school friend that I've known since high school, and I do see him from time to time. This will be the year of my 40-year high school reunion. I have no idea what kind of event they have planned, but I would hope they would do something at the school. I refuse to go to any of their receptions or hotels or whatever because it's duck food and alcohol and things I hate. But if they do something at the school, they won't have any of that. Mm-hmm. And my friend does tell me that he keeps in contact with some of the graduates, and I'm the only one that still is recognizable from high school.
All right, so there's one person, I don't know if anybody knows this story or not, but if you ever heard of, do you guys know Tammy Golf? I'm trying to think what she goes by now. I think it's New Jersey Shore Carnivore or something like that. Yeah. Well, I went to the New Jersey meetup with her, and that's where I also saw Lewis, because he's from New York, so he just comes it was like about an hour drive to come to where we were at, and found out that she is actually the sister of somebody I went to school with.
Oh.
So I thought that was pretty small world type thing,
Mm-hmm.
So. So Uncle Charlie is asking, what do you think about grounding mats that you put under your mattress?
I don't use them, but I do walk around barefoot a lot. I have concrete floors in most of the house, and I'm always outside. So I guess when it comes to grounding, I must be grounded. Now, one thing that I have experimented with is static electricity. When you generate a lot of static electricity, that means you're not grounded. And the only time that ever happened to me is when I would go to business trips in Las Vegas. Because back then everything had carpets and it's dry. But here in Florida with the high humidity, I don't think it really makes a difference. But if you live in a dry climate and you get a lot of static electricity, it's probably a good idea. I've heard people say that they sleep better with it. But for me, I never tried it. No idea.
Okay, so Jiffy says, ring ring means, please help me, Rick. Nobody wants to work on Saturday. That is truly what my mechanic told me today, but he's a jewel. He works on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't doubt it.
And Jiffy, you know, that sounds like a car name, you know.
Right?
And Helen is mentioning that Dr. Ovadia has Sally K. Norton on his channel. It was great. Yeah.
Hmm.
I actually like both. I like both. Even though I don't really focus that much on cholesterol and heart. You know, it's not really my forte. Oh, Setsuko. Hello. I know her also from SBG. I think it's SBG. Or it might be Kilts. I'm sorry. Being part of three groups, you don't always remember who you like, where you know people from.
Right.
I know. She was interviewed by Amy, either Amy or Juliet. It's either one of those two. If it's not Juliet, it's Amy. If it's not Amy, it's Juliet. And you know, that's and I'd love to have you on my channel too, Setsuko. You know, I'm not sure what your email is, but you know. Mine's easy to find. Like you just go on my channel and you can actually just get the email from there. So it's not really, or at least you should be able to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Jerry. She's in KMT.
Okay.
She's with us in KMT.
There you go.
I know you're I know you're in KMT.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I always, every time when we have like the Zoom calls, I always see they're relaxed. You know.
I'm in KMT. I'm also in the HAG. Heart attack group.
Oh, okay. Spanky's asking if you're on Facebook at all. No, I don't think you are.
I had a Facebook account at one time, and I don't even remember what it was, but I did have one at one time.
Oh, that makes me want to go on Facebook and just look for you.
Probably 15 years ago. There's probably a lot of Richard Rodriguez's, but who knows? It got all.
If I looked hard enough, as long as you have one picture, I'm sure I'd find something.
I have several pictures. Okay. In fact, there may be. I don't know. I haven't looked. All I know is that it got. At one time, they used to just automatically add subscriptions, and I got so many subscribers, people I didn't even know. I just abandoned it, and I don't know what happened.
Okay. Carnivore Jerry just said HAG.
Heart attack group.
Oh, okay. But that's so funny how it came up HAG.
Well, that's what they call themselves at the Heart Attack Grill, the HAG.
HAG.
Heart Attack Grill.
So again, I posted on here, so if you want to join me and Rick, and more than just me and Rick chewing the fat, you know, if anybody else wants to come on here and just say hello, it could be people that haven't been on here before that want to come on for the first time, or somebody that's been on here before and that pretty much knows both of us. Both people are welcome. I usually do my show for 2 hours, but I've had a few people on that have lasted longer, you know, and even though I'm having a great time with Rick, you know, sometimes you just need to spice things up a little bit, you know.
That's right. I think a lot of people are just shy. A lot of people don't want to come on, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, every once in a while, people, they're probably just shy to meet you, Rick, or they're shy to meet Milton. They're like,
Yeah, Milton, I think he left. He went back to sleep, it looks
"We're
like.
not worthy." But nothing be further from the truth.
That is very true.
So Gemmet is, and I'm not fully reading these. I just want to put them up. So if it's something that really doesn't matter to you, we'll see. Okay. So Gemmet, Juju, is saying, Spanky, I am scared as nervous. Had a CAT scan and having one on Monday. Has been having dizziness and off balance for 2 weeks. So I'm sorry to hear that, Juju. No reason out of the blue, and I am carnivore. I'm hydrated and no meds, sad. I am so sorry to hear that, but I wish you all the luck. Definitely. Yeah, so I just had my blood work done. Were you there when we were talking to Dr. Nelson about my
I believe so.
yeah. So I'm getting different things. I mean, I'm getting one thing that's always the same. I'm just kind of getting Paul's here. Hey Paul.
Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing?
My favorite people.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Doing well.
Yes. So
doing really well.
That's that's good. It's always good to do very well.
I've actually cracked the 90 mark going down on my blood glucose. My 7-day average is below 90 now.
I don't even
That's
know.
great.
I don't even know what my sugars are right now. I did eat. Oh, I'm at 104.
I've been very intensive about it, and about 3-4 weeks ago, I started following the Dr. Bernstein's book, and unfortunately, he passed away. But his work is still there, and things haven't changed that much in the world of diabetes. And
I mean, the guy was in his 90s, so God bless him.
Mhm.
Finally, cancer. He had cancer. He died of cancer. Died a quick death. It just.
So Rick.
Yeah.
Jerry's asking you, when was the last time you cracked open any of the encyclopedias behind you? And what year edition is it? What is the last president of the United States in your set?
Well, simple. I have several sets of encyclopedias. This is the Funk and Wagnalls Encyclopedia, which is an oddball.
Yeah. Holy. Okay.
I remember that.
Yeah. And this is actually the yearbook, I believe, from 1970, where it says...
Okay. Earth Help. Yep, I see it.
This is a yearbook. The older, I think this set is from 1965. It's older than me. And the last time I opened this up was about, I would say, 6 years ago. I was looking up something for a friend of mine. His daughter was real excited about the encyclopedias. So I opened it up. I looked up something, and I forget what it was. But you could see that the technology back then was a lot different.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
But yeah, this is about computers, an article about computers. And then, because what they would do, they'd sell you the encyclopedias, and every year they'd sell you a yearbook to try and update it. And of course, they stopped making encyclopedias sometime in the 1990s. But I don't have the heart to throw them out. I think they're kind of neat. Yeah, let's see.
I mean, they still work. I mean, you're still getting information.
Yeah.
I mean, information, it has probably been upgraded and changed in some forms, but still.
Right. Some things are the same. But the thing is that this works even when the power's out.
Right. It's a good read. Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I agree, Cass. He should keep them, definitely.
Yep. Well, this is all going to go with me when I move. Everything in this house, there's a lot of dust. Ugh, look at all that dust. Everything that's got that old 1960s, 50s, whatever, it's all coming out because whoever buys this place is going to trash it like they do every other house around here. So I'll do it for them. I'll strip all this out of here and move it with me. And then when I get another place, it's either going to be an old place or it's going to be something I build myself. I'll build it my way and I'll just move everything with me. So eventually, let's see if I can get this back in here. When it comes time for me to move, you may see a missed live stream, or maybe it'll be an abbreviated one. And then a week later, you'll look and you go, well, the set looks exactly the same. I thought Rick was going to move. But then I'll surprise you. I'll pick up the camera and I'll walk outside and I'll show the new scenery, which instead of looking at the neighbors is going to be open fields, cattle, probably ducks, iguanas, who knows what else. But it'll be a completely different scenery on the outside. But the background will stay the same until I change my design, and then I'll just take that with me if I happen to move as well.
Okay, so how many people in the chats, when Rick just removed his book, was like hoping that there'd be a secret passage that opened up?
The whole wall spins around.
Yeah. It's like, Carrie's asking, which is connected to the encyclopedias. When did you get the encyclopedias?
My parents bought them before I was born. I would say 1965, 66, or somewhere around there. They got them before I was born. The world books are a little bit newer, but I have the older version from the 50s and the newer versions up here. We have Encyclopedia Britannica, World Book, Funk and Wagnalls, and then there's another set which I don't even remember what it's called.
Okay. So did they get like one encyclopedia like a month or something like that from the encyclopedia?
Well, what it was,
Salesman?
my mother was a teacher, and we knew people that sold encyclopedias, and they were expensive, but my parents were not really rich. But because she knew people that sold encyclopedias, I think we ended up with these. These were actually a promotion. My mom told me they used to send you volumes of these Funk and Wagnalls encyclopedia with coupons. And it's like back when they used to have wedding oats. They had wedding oats which would come with glass inside. So you'd buy a container of oatmeal and you'd get a glass or some other little dish or something stuffed in the oatmeal container.
Oh, God.
Funk and Wagnalls came as like a promotion. The World Book they got from the encyclopedia sales, they would come in boxes. They were like like $100 and something back then, which was a lot of money. But because their friend was doing the encyclopedia sales, they had unsold inventory. So I think they said they got it for like $30 or something. So they got a whole World Book set. And I believe the Encyclopedia Britannica, it might have been more money. It might have been $50 or $60, but that was a more expensive set, and they got that way cheaper. I think that was almost $300 for some editions.
Wow.
Which was a lot of money back in the late 60s.
Makes me wonder how much they'd be worth today. Like, there'd be like
Probably nothing.
You go to a used bookstore and buy a whole set for $5.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And if you try to sell them to the store, they don't want them.
No. Well, no, I just didn't know if there'd be a collector or something like that may.
The only thing that's worth less would be National Geographic because everybody has those.
So Carnivore Jerry is saying, I was hoping that the shelf was not going to give way and all the books fall on him. That would have been must-see YouTube.
Well, it's pretty well attached, and there are no termites in this shelf, so that's pretty good.
Okay, so I'm just trying to look for. I see Spanky's talking a lot to Karen about his move, and with the appliances and stuff like that. So, and I don't care if people talk in the chats amongst themselves. That doesn't bother me any. I kind of find it weird when people get annoyed with that.
So Rick Rick, how far are we from turning the key in the ignition and hearing the diesel roar to life?
Good question. I have been distracted so much I haven't been able to finish welding up the pieces on the core support or doing the painting. The engine is assembled. It's got one coat of paint, but it still needs
Good.
more paint. Yeah, but the engine is assembled. Peter saw it. It's sitting on the patio under a tarp.
Cool. That was pretty quick.
Yeah, like I said, if it wasn't for all the distractions, it probably would have been done already. But every time I get a side job, it's time to work on the job and then let the truck sit.
You know, I was living down in Hickory, North Carolina. We had this guy, and he was bragging how he had converted his diesel to, French fry grease, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And he shot off his mouth a little too much around town. So he got a not so friendly visit from the EPA.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, based on the zoning of where he lived and what he was doing with it, he could not have more than one 55-gallon drum. Actually, I think it was a 30-gallon drum was the max he could have on his property at any one time.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of got shut down,
Right. Well, that's it. That's why my tank is indoors. There's no way of finding it without breaking into the house. I got a 600-gallon tank. That's, that originally that was for the heating system. Believe it or not, there's two 330-gallon tanks for the old heating system, which hasn't worked in decades. Well, that is now the storage for the oil.
Cool.
And I've got a good supply since the truck's been broken for so long, but it won't be long before the truck is fixed and I'll be burning it again.
Do you know where there's diesel fuel right outside your home?
You mean at the gas station?
No, at the transformers up above.
Oh, yeah. That is true.
Yeah. Yeah. And I saw a guy who was into preparedness, and he had built this umbrella-like thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging on the transformer, drill a hole in it, drain the diesel out.
Well, then the transformer overheats and there's no power.
Well, he was just preparing for a survival situation,
Actually, we have royal palm trees here, and royal palms the seeds can be ground and make palm oil, which works well as a diesel.
Oh, yeah. But, Mr. Diesel was quite the man. It was like he was a German, but he moved to England.
Okay, here we go.
Did a lot of his work in England. And I think it was like early 1900 and 1903, right around then, he went to a pub, at happy hour having a beer, and he was approached by the owners of the Bush Brewery in St. Louis. And they negotiated a deal. They paid him $1 million for his diesel patent. And he had a problem with the diesel engine that he had built. He was having a hard time getting the fuel into the engine. And he didn't have the pump technology.
Mm-hmm.
So they went off and hired Bosch. Bosch made the original diesel fuel pumps to power the diesel engine with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he had a name that was about a yard long for his diesel engine. And finally his wife said, "You're Randolph Diesel.
Rudolph.
It's the diesel engine.
Rudolph Diesel." There you go.
Okay, so I did not know this until now, but it looks like that I was kicked off my own show.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you guys took over for a little bit. So
Yep.
my internet went out for some reason. I don't know why.
Must be a network connection.
Yeah. I figured though if I was kicked out that everybody would be kicked out, but
Well, it depends because you're running it off StreamYard, which was remotely hosted. Maybe it holds it for a while.
maybe. But cool. Thank you for holding the fort for me.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back.
So I got a few people that that joined in. It looks like, and we have room for anybody else that wants to come on here. Aaron is here. Booby Goats is here, and we also have somebody that I let me see if I can find them. Lions Danivore podcast.
Yes.
Oh, wasn't he on? Well, I don't know if you were there with us, but wasn't he on with Bob the other day on Sunday?
With Bob on Sunday. Oh, yes, he was.
Butter Bob?
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah, because I was in there too for a little
He did a
bit.
video earlier today also.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he had
I
like
don't-
a video
I don't
when
know
mine
if
was
I
on.
subscribed to him or not. But he seems like a nice guy that I met. So thank you for coming here,
Mm-hmm.
Dan. I'm not sure if you're on my channel or if you're on Rick's channel, but either way, I'm happy that you're here.
That's a good question. Let me look. Yeah, he's on my channel. Awesome.
I mean, like I said, Rick, you bring people in, you know?
yeah.
Well, I'm glad because there's a lot to learn. You know, go where I go and you'll learn all kinds of interesting things.
Yeah, well, that's why I kind of like the idea of people streaming to their channels because, you know, it produces my channel. You know, like there's people that are like that are on your channel that now will see me,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll probably see me, and now I'm seeing you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
whoever the guest is. You know,
Well, I'm always looking for the new YouTubers, and I try to participate when I can. My rule about YouTube is I go where I am welcome. I avoid the celebrity channels unless it's somebody I know. That's just the way that I am. So you're not going to see me lining up for Dr. Barry's videos. I have no interest in his videos. When people have a lot of subscribers, once they pass 50,000, if I don't know them personally, I just don't even pay attention.
and let me go over to. I'm sure he's in YouTube right now. I'm not sure. Well, I know Jerry could put Dan's channel in, but
It's easy to find. I'm subscribed to his channel. He just started recently. I don't know if he's got, well, he had less than 100 the last time I looked, but
I mean, I might be subscribed too. I just haven't had a chance to really watch anything.
Yep.
Actually, I'm not even finding it now. Oh, because he's on your thing.
okay.
So
Let me
if
see.
he actually goes on to mine, then I can actually like
I can get the link. That's not a problem.
Okay, if you can
Let's
do that, that'd be
see.
great.
Here it is.
Or Jerry, if you can get the link, that it'd actually be better if Jerry got it because Jerry is a moderator.
Right.
Unless I made you a moderator, it really it would just be like regular, wouldn't really come out. You know, it's weird how they make that. I never thought about making you a moderator. Not that I don't think you'd be a good moderator. It's just
Oh, it doesn't show up. That's weird. Okay. Let's see. We're missing. Oh, wait a minute. My chat disconnected. Oh, here we go. Jonathan had some compliments that I guess got lost.
Well, I'm sorry, Jonathan.
How many jokers in a pack of cards? That's a good question. Huh.
I thought there were two.
Okay.
That's what I thought. But maybe it's a trick question.
Could be.
Maybe jokers is like the people playing. They're jokers. Yeah.
Right? Let me see. Whatever happened to the go to channel option? That seems to be gone.
So Brian just says just look for his name. Lions Danivore podcast.
Mm-hmm.
like I can, well, I don't know, Ken. No, that from StreamYard, it only tells me to be able to like delete comments and stuff like that. It doesn't do like, hey, stream to their channel or something.
Yeah. Well, YouTube used to have go to channel option, but mine's not showing up. That's weird. They must have
Oh,
changed things.
Lewis is here. So let me see if that is. Lewis just put it up on the thing. Come on. So let me do. And
There we go.
look for Lewis's comment in here. Thank you, Lewis. But now it's not coming up on the thing. Oh, you know what? Maybe I have to refresh it. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay, so Carnivore Jerry actually put it up too. And now I am subscribed. All right.
There we are.
I wanted to be able to subscribe, and anybody else is here that isn't subscribed to Dan's channel, subscribe to it. And Dan, you're welcome to come on here and say hello to us.
Yes.
I mean, I have to warn you. I think Rick bites, but don't worry about it.
I learned from Milton.
You learn from Milton. Bites and scratches. And Lewis
I
is
gotta
here.
tell you,
Hey, Lewis.
I was watching some videos from the capital of Ecuador,
Okay.
and in their downtown park, I would say there was an iguana every 10 square feet.
Wow.
Wow.
It was loaded. And like a guy was sitting on a bench, reading the newspaper. Right next to him was an iguana just sitting there in the sun, and I'm thinking like, oh my God, this would be heaven for Rick.
Right?
Rick would be in total bliss. Yeah.
You got that right.
Oh. I mean, they were and they were big. Those things were, they looked, a lot of them looked pretty damn, 2-3 foot. They looked really good size.
Mm-hmm.
I thought,
Delicious iguana.
a little too close for me.
Right?
Get whipped by one of their tails. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, look, Bride's Biscuit.
Yeah, Bride's Biscuit's here. And Jerry says 29-second replay on the YouTube field clock. There you go.
We should give a shout out to Bacon Runner. I've been watching her videos, her channel.
Donna Ray, yeah.
Donna Ray. She's got some nice short 3-4 minute videos. She makes a very simple sauce, or cooks very simple things, 2-3 ingredients. I like that. Quick and easy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think people's attention spans aren't really as long as they used to be. So,
Could be.
I think the short videos are pretty entertaining. I get a lot of comments on my shorts with the music and stuff like that. It's just because people don't really want to watch something for more than a minute.
Huh.
Not that I don't get good things with the longer videos either, but it's just I think the short ones for the people that really like to have the short videos. I was actually thinking about doing my eating the heart attack burger it up. I thought to myself, well, no one's going to really see how, if I speed it up, then they're not going to see how long it actually took me to eat it, So.
Wouldn't they notice if you sped it up?
Yeah, they would, but then you won't really know what the original time was. You'll notice it's sped up, I'm sure. No one moves that fast. But it would be kind of comical too, eating a heart attack burger, 3 pounds worth of meat for
right.
in like in about 40 seconds, 45 seconds. I think that people would probably notice that,
Oh, I'm sure they would.
Erin's saying that she came over here to the dark side to hit the like button.
There you go.
Which one's the dark side there, Erin? My channel or Rick's channel? I am your father. That's something that will happen to you eventually. Like Milton will go up to you and like breathe on you, like, Rick, I am your father.
Milton.
No.
The Black Menace.
Erin says she's not telling. Okay. Well, we'll know if you can't come on my channel. So, because Rick doesn't have the link to come on here. I don't think. You could probably put it on there though, right? Can you do it? Can you do an invite like you do with Russ? Because I think I got onto Russ's thing through your. Or is there something special you have to do in order to do that?
No, I can do that. That's not a problem.
And
do it now.
Cassandra's saying for Sandy to get up here. At least that's what I think she's talking about. Or Cass, you can come up here too.
Yeah.
Or like I said before, somebody new. I mean, I'm sure Paul and Rick would love to meet some of you that has never really been on here before.
I'd like to meet everybody. I have people say hi to me, and I go, I really don't know that person at all.
Like, who is that? Yeah, it's good to connect faces to people.
You never know what you might learn from whoever.
I'm sorry, Jerry. If you could, can you post it into the chats or no? There's a question that Jerry asked that I forgot to mark, so I'm going to look for it while you guys talk about the weather.
Does anyone know what Dunbar's number is?
Dunbar.
Yeah, Dunbar's number. It's an old concept that I remember.
Oh, okay. I think you're asking for Dunbar's phone number.
You're talking mathematical, right?
Well, it has to do with relationships. How many friendships a person can maintain. It's called Dunbar's number.
Yeah.
What is it?
I've heard of that.
About 150.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it like sort of like how many friends that both people can have?
That's right. That's right.
Losing touch and stuff like that.
That's right. So when you have channels that have millions of subscribers, there's no way that you're going to be able to have any kind of meaningful relationship.
Aaron's here.
Aha.
So really quickly, question. This is the question I think that Jerry's talking about. What year is your refrigerator, Rick? And give us your opinion of the new appliances these days. I would love your brutal truth rant on them. Thanks.
I have two refrigerators. One is from 1977. It's a Sears Kenmore. And the other one is from 2002. It's a Whirlpool. The Sears Kenmore refrigerator has the best shelves. They're metal. The plastic is in good shape. I mean, it's got rust, but it keeps on running. It's a great refrigerator. The newer one, half the shelves are broken. The plastic's falling apart. I've had to rig the thing. I had to rig the ice maker. It's working because it doesn't use an electronic board, but it does have an electronic timer. But definitely the older appliances are more durable and they last a lot longer. Hey, Milton. What?
So looks like Pretzel Pete just got off of work. So
nice.
I find that very twisted.
Yeah. You can join if you want, Pete. Come here.
Okay.
Milton.
And we also got Wendy here, the feral grandma. Here. But most important, who is here is Aaron, Booby Goats.
What's up, Milton?
And I see Rocky's right behind
Aaron.
it.
Yeah, she's slamming the door, so I had it on mute.
Isn't that
They're all
what
playing
you
with
do? They
Fred
like to
outside.
slam doors?
Yeah, she likes to slam doors. And I got tigers.
So I got a weird friend request on Facebook from Duncan Smart. I think he was on with
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. He just, I'm like, oh, cool. Okay. I mean, obviously I accepted it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how you doing, Aaron?
Pretty good. I've been running around all day. So I'm about
You
to
look exhausted.
yeah, a little tired, right? Like my new hat though. It's like
Oh, did you design that?
no, I picked it up at the antique store.
Oh, I love it. I love
Cool.
it. I like your flat cap too, but I like that one as well.
My husband stole it, so I had to go get a new hat.
He stole that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't worry, I got more on order though. What are you doing? I've got one of those Dutch doors over here, and the baby is crawling out of the top part and coming back in.
Mm.
Oh my god. Rocky is such a character. Which is a good thing when you're like that age,
Yeah, so the other day a tree fell down and I had to cut it all up and move it to make a big brush pile for a fire. And I thought it was just poison ivy vine. I didn't know that it was Virginia creeper. And I've got Virginia creeper all over my arm. I wore gloves, so it's not on my hand.
Right,
But
it's on your arms and stuff.
So I've been up since like 4 a.m. because I could not sleep. My arms are too itchy. It wasn't fun.
I didn't know Virginia creeper would give an allergy.
I didn't either.
I guess it could.
I pull it out all the time.
It has like tiny little crystals in it or something, so it gives a reaction like if you're playing with the solar. What the hell is that stuff called? Insulation. The insulation, the fiberglass.
It's possible.
Sucks.
Velvet bean is the worst. That's a nightmare.
We just have a lot of ivy and Virginia creeper here. Yay.
QQQ, us that a Dutch baby Aaron. Jerry's talking in riddles again. So.
Oh.
We had to get the special encyclopedia from Rick's vault and find out what
Encyclopedia.
And Jerry just posted John Together Strong's YouTube channel, so it's great. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate it.
Milton. Bad Milton.
I'm sure John likes that too. So you got more than one happy person.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you guys, Jerry will help you. If you guys want to post your channel on my thing, you're more than welcome. I'm not going to cry over, oh my God, what are they doing? They're doing no, we're a community here. We're here to support each other. It's not just
right.
It's not one-sided attitude,
No, there is no competition here. We're all on the same team.
Pretty much. Okay, so Jerry says, no, I'm not talking in riddles. She said Dutch door, and then she said baby. So I was doing a Thomas joke that a Dutch baby. Oh, okay. You surpassed me.
Milton. No, don't claw the furniture.
It was so good it went over everybody's head.
And then Jerry says, that's why Thomas pays me the big bucks to be the moderator. It's hard work, just saying.
Milton.
Oh, wait, am I supposed to pay you, Jerry? I didn't know that.
Black Menace.
I thought you would just want to volunteer.
Black Menace.
So, and Wendy says, We're going to be talking about Dutch babies now. Okay.
Hmm.
Dutch baby is a strange German pancake, sometimes filled with fruit and eaten with powdered sugar.
You could probably make one sort of carnivore. I've made them a few times. They don't take a lot of flour, so I wonder if there's a way. There might be a way. There's a will.
It'd be kind of hard with the fruit making that carnivore, but it would definitely be
Well,
animal
you
based.
You don't put fruit in them, and they're like gigantic pancakes that you make inside of your cast iron. It's crazy. And I used to make them for the kids all the time because they're fun.
Hmm.
And they puff in the oven.
For a second there, I thought I saw somebody just join us, other than the four of us. So I'm gonna try to make my first attempt on making that bread that I talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the eggs and stuff to make pancakes because I don't have a waffle iron, so I can't make chaffles. And I just find it funny that saying pancakes,
Pancakes.
It sort of makes it sound like they're Chinese pancakes.
International House of Pancakes.
Pancakes. So how you? I mean, I was kind of lost for a little bit there, and I know you were talking about some stuff, Paul. And when I watch the video later, I can see like what happened while I was gone. But how you doing, Paul?
Doing wonderful. Blood glucose has never been better.
I heard that.
I'm down to almost, Bernstein was a radical. The American Diabetes Association did not like him.
No.
He did not like them either. And he criticized them heavily. And in my opinion, he was saying all the right things. And one little kernel of truth that he came out with and repeated more than once in his life was, if it's good for a type 1 diabetic, it's probably good for all diabetics. And he was a type 1 diabetic since the 89, I think. And I've been following him very closely, adopted a lot of his principles. I've totally changed my insulins, okay? And I'm basically following his recommendation for insulin, and it's working good, working well. And, the 2 insulins I'm using right now, I can go to Walmart and buy without a prescription. I don't need, and they're cheap. Like I say, I've always said, thank God for Walmart. There's certain things, Walmart does that is of a lot of benefit to diabetics and people in general. Their needles for either the pens or the syringes are far cheaper than what you pay Beck and Dickinson or the other brands. Their needles are 13 cents a piece, roughly 12, 13 cents a piece. Their needles that screw onto the pens are 18 cents. You go buy them you go buy Beck and Dickinson ones, and they're like 25, 30 cents a piece. And when you're using 4 a day, it starts adding up, And Walmart, they got that Rely On brand that, they use that to market lower cost diabetes supplies that are every bit as good as the brand name.
I use Rely On for my strips. Right now I have the monitor, but I do have them because sometimes you have to calibrate.
Yeah, and you hear a lot of criticism of Walmart, but I think the medical industry forced Walmart not to go into the doctor business. I think they got shut down.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
I think somebody pushed back on them, and 'cause they were going to have a clinic. You walk in and pay your $25 or whatever, see the doc, and you know whatever was wrong with you, strep throat, whatever, and I think they got shut down by the medical community. I could be wrong, but
Okay,
it sounds like a likely scenario.
yeah. So Jerry's asking. Well, she first says, "Me too, Jason." So I guess her and Jason were talking a little bit, but she's asking Rick, will $50,000 be enough to cover the cost of you to make a carnivore pacemaker pizza? I have your address and can
Ow.
send you a check next week. That's a nice check, Jerry. Oh, $50. Okay.
$50. Ow.
$1,000.
Milton, no. Ow, Milton. Ow, 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 Milton. No. Bad Milton. Look at those teeth. Look at those vicious teeth. Ow, Milton.
That would be a really good pacemaker pizza. That'd be a
Bad
really
Milton.
good
Milton. My goodness.
Milton, what are you doing?
Ugh. Milton wants to play.
You want to be on the show? Just be on the show.
He's good about not putting out the claws most of the time. Here it comes. Milton, no. Ow, Milton. Look at that. Stop it. Stop. Ow. Ow, that hurts. Milton. Oh, my goodness. What a menace.
In the last week, Steak and Butterdale put out a good pizza recipe.
What do you think?
I was very impressed.
That's cool.
Milton, you're a menace.
Look here.
Okay.
Milton.
Time for the glass cleaner.
Wendy's mentioning about the Reliant. I take Reliant brand testing supplies along when we travel. You never know when you'll come across someone needing to check the blood sugar. That's true. And Jason is asking, Thomas, can you see this? Testing. Yes, I can see it. Can anybody else see it?
I see it.
So what are we testing, Jason? Like, I get your testing if I can see it, but what are you did you say something that I didn't catch? And you want to come on here, Jason? You're more than welcome to come on here.
I think he had a question.
That's what I'm looking for.
Bad kitty.
Well, Jason also said something about YouTube acting weird.
I know you're hungry.
And I've never heard of YouTube being weird.
Come on, Milton.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll look for it while you guys talk amongst each other.
I have a heart attack burger recipe. I made one, and it's on my channel if you want to watch that. I don't know. Rookie might have one, but he's off with Milton. I think that was the question.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm still going to look for the question just to be on the safe side, unless he just reprinted it. My question. Oh, okay. My question: when can Rick try to make the heart attack burger? Right. You could probably try to make it anytime, right? You did it on a
Yeah.
channel, right? So.
Yeah, I haven't made any because I've been boycotting the store because the ground beef is too expensive. As soon as the price of ground beef goes down, I'm going to load up on it. I'm going to make one heck of a heart attack. It'll be the biggest one in a while.
That's going to be a year to 18 months at least.
Okay.
Oh man,
It takes a long time to go through.
So,
yeah.
It was my brain, Jerry. Let's set it into that, and it explains everything. John, I just went to check my punctuation, and it clearly says $50. I just think Thomas is being his usual Thomas. Dad joke. Self, if you know, you know.
Huh.
Yeah, I think my eyes just saw the comma instead of the period. You did fine, Jerry. You always do. You always do wonderful.
What is it, Milton? I gave you meat. You're going to bother me? I gave you meat.
Um,
I bet you if Milton was in a dairy barn, he'd be a good mouser.
Oh, he attacks anything that moves, I'll tell you. This cat is a killer.
You know, the dairy barn I worked in, we were about downtown. So, like cats, they didn't want. They
Milton,
out,
no,
they
Milton.
road, dropped the cat off.
okay.
It's like that in the barn.
Wendy says Milt might be trying to get on camera and beg for meat donation. Okay. So you said you got you said that from that one person you got meat. Well, you and Papa were offered meat, and Peter didn't take it. You have it. What kind of meat was it that you were offered?
Some steaks. There's some steaks in the freezer.
Oh, that sounds because you haven't had steaks in a while, right?
Well, the last time I had steaks was yesterday, and then the last time before that was at Kiltz's get together.
Right, but I mean, in your house, you haven't.
No, I haven't had any. I mean, I had chicken, heart attack chicken, and a lot of pork. Pork was 99 cents a pound, so I loaded up with that. Plus, I had iguana. I grabbed a couple of iguanas last week, and I've got a big duck I've been craving for a while. He keeps waddling over there by the canal. One day, I'm going to give in to temptation.
So, how do you capture a duck out in public without causing commotion?
I just grab him. Throw some duck food and grab him and just walk away with him.
No, you know how he does it? He does it. He's the Pied Piper. He just takes his fife and just goes like this. And then start following him.
And the little pipe flute's hooked to the bicycle, so as he pedals, it automatically.
He doesn't even hold on to the handlebars. He's just like this, like. Takes his third arm, has the camera in front,
There's somebody you don't like. Take a cheap harmonica, okay?
Stick it in the exhaust.
And tape it to the frame. So the air will go through it. So they're going down the highway, clicking their cruise control on. They get this.
And Jerry's saying that she sent you meat as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well, another funny one, you get some cardboard, roll it up, and stick it in an exhaust pipe.
Yeah. We used to use potatoes.
Or put dog poop in there. That's the funniest one. You get some old window screen and dog poop and shove it in the exhaust pipe.
It could be.
They say, "What's that smell?"
I was wondering how long it would be before we talked about poop.
All you need is some window screen and dog poop, and you boil it up and jam it in the exhaust pipe with a broomstick. It works better with a garden hose. That way it's flexible. It goes around the corner.
Like now I'm officially a carnivore channel,
Around here, poop is a valuable resource.
Yeah.
You know what, Rick? The whole conversation's crap to me. Oh, we just lost Erin.
She had to go, I think.
Okay, I'm sorry, Erin, if I didn't hear you.
Rick, you'd have to get one heck of a big container if you had a dairy really go into production.
Well, got to get all that poop fermented, and then it turns into fertilizer. Scoop it up with a trailer and a bobcat.
Plant-based mama. Okay.
Oh, that's the other troll, I think.
On your channel?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope not a bad troll.
Ah, it's fine. The trolls are welcome on my channel at all times.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're a good troll, I could care less. If you're, and I see we lost Paul too.
Oh.
And Aaron just said that. Oh, he came back. Okay. Aaron, I got to start that bonfire. Bye, everybody. Well, I hope you have
All
a good.
right.
I love bonfires. You know, especially like when you're
Mm-hmm.
with family and stuff.
Oh
Light it up.
And Jerry says, "Trolls, am I oblivious?"
There you go.
And Aaron says, with her evil laugh, "Burn, fire, burn." And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Aaron is actually the inspiration of my new shirt design.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, she wanted to do something similar to her shirt and Mitch's shirt with a cigar, but so she just figured she would do, I guess, like a prime, you know, a prime rib smoking a cigar.
Mm.
It sounds weird, but to me it looked cool, so I put it up.
Except you don't smoke cigars.
I have. I smoke cigars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't smoke them like Mitch does, no, but if
Mm-hmm.
there's an occasion, I will.
Mm.
You know, like I've actually smoked for my promotions, and I smoked a couple times with my brother-in-law around the fire pit.
Oh.
Like if I went to Mitch's house, I definitely would have a
Well, there was a lot of cigars there yesterday. That's for sure.
yeah. I mean,
really? Cool.
I would definitely if Dr. Keltz and Mitch both said to me, "Hey, you want to have a cigar?" Do you think I'm going to say no to them? You know.
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
And Erin just said that she got to mention that her T-shirt shipped this week. Hopefully, I get it sometime. And Erin, I hope that you show it and send me a picture. Email me a picture of you wearing it, and then I'll show it on my channel when I do my next live. Hopefully, you'll get it before. Actually, hopefully, you'll get it before I do a return interview with you.
In my family, we have a very special shirt. In big bold letters on the front, it says "How far," and on the back, in big bold letters, it says "All the way." And in 1997, my son and I walked into our house, and the John Wayne movie of the Green Beret was on.
Oh, okay.
And the soldiers were going by and jogging, you know, they were marching in time, and John Wayne yelled out, "How far?" And they all yelled out, "All the way."
Huh.
And this was, we had just come home from the hospital with the diagnosis of cancer and death at the door and all that kind of stuff. And I said, "That's it right there." I called this lady up and she hand painted me this shirt.
Huh.
And we made up this little ceremony, and I said, "Okay, how are we going to do this?" And my son said, "I want to know everything. I'm going to die tomorrow or die in 3 days. I want to know." I said, "Okay." I said, "Anything I know, you'll know as soon as I can tell you, you know." I kept that promise. I kept that promise throughout the journey, and as most people know, everything worked out for him. He lost his leg, but he lived, and now he makes legs for a living. And hopefully, Thomas will never be a customer, and I will never be a customer.
No, I definitely would want to prevent that. I'm sure your son would want us to prevent that too.
It's they make hundreds of legs a week.
Oh, I'm sure. That's probably like downgrading it. It's probably even more than that, unfortunately. The Rick does not smoke anything except for iguana.
Yeah. Except I've never smoked an iguana. I've smoked brisket. I've smoked pork. I've smoked duck. Never smoked an iguana. It's an idea.
Yeah, let me see. I have a thing that I sent you a while back, of a thing I saw on on Google. Oh, you know what? I keep on forgetting I have you under Charger Mopar and not Rick.
Hmm.
No, that's not it. Sorry, I sent you a lot of emails that
Mm-hmm.
I sent you. It's kind of scary, actually, in a way. I don't think that's it. I saw it a few seconds ago, so I know I have it.
Hmm.
No, that's not it either. I'm trying to think. No, that's the one with all the ducks in my sister's pool when my niece had her. I showed you that with the rubber duckies.
Yep.
So, now I'm not finding it. Okay. Talk about getting old.
Well, when I have my own little place, I hope to raise Muscovy ducks.
I found it. Okay. So I put it on the thing. Yeah, no, I thought they were, for some reason I thought they had cigars, but I'll still show it to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So a duck with a cigar is what you're thinking?
no, it's a Google picture I have of a couple of iguanas, but is Rick even here?
I have to do something. You know, your drawing talents to work there. I must. You could have a duck smoking a cigar.
Yeah, I could. All right, so share screen. All right. So, all right. So I'm sharing it right now. So it's just a couple of iguanas, like they're baby iguanas, obviously, but they're just lounging on the chairs. So, and we'll do a full screen layout right there. So that's a picture I sent Rick one time. So, you remember me sending that to you, Rick?
Let me see. Oh, where did that go? Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. Why did I lose the video? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I remember that. Iguanas.
So I talk about why. Okay. All right,
Somehow
so sharing.
Milton brought me an electrical box. I don't know where he got that from. Wow. A silly Milton.
And why are we hidden now?
I got nothing. It's all black.
It's black for me too.
It looks like looking at Milton up close. Here we go.
You know,
Milton, come here, Milton. Ow, Milton.
there we go. Oh, no, I don't like it that way. Okay.
Pull that tail.
I don't like it when it's like all
Milton,
three heads
ow.
are so huge, you know?
Milton, stop it.
All right. So we got two people who just joined us. Grandma's Crochet Corner
Aha, Barbara.
and Terry Girl is here. Terry Sue is here. And Plant-Based Mama just asked, when was the last time each panel guest ate duck food? Question.
That's a good question. Well, I can't remember the last time I ate duck food, although I did have a piece of fruit about 3 weeks ago. I had an orange.
Okay. I mean, I don't know the exact day, but when I mentioned about how I did fall off for a little bit, just with my depression and whatever, and actually that's what we were talking about. We are about to talk about before with my low vitamin D levels. When I looked it up, I had no idea that lack of vitamin D can cause depression.
Hmm.
You know, so I had no idea. It also caused tiredness. So I'm like, oh, you know what?
Really? Makes sense.
That
Vitamin D
explains
does over
a lot.
100 things in your body. Over 100 things the vitamin D is involved in.
Yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
And what's
I
really,
mean, I knew it was involved in a lot of stuff. I just didn't know it caused mental, like fatigue and depression. That was really, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my vitamin D up,
Mm-hmm.
vitamin D is really big on your immune system and all your healing. If anytime you cut into the body or you got wounds, open wounds, vitamin D is huge.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sure.
It's a necessity.
Lucky for me, I probably had very high vitamin D when I was healing with my foot, but obviously something made it where, because I was out in the sun a lot, but now I don't go, because this winter weather, I go out, but not like I was before,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Bride's Biscuit BB is saying, I ate a duck for Christmas, no duck food though.
There you go.
That's the type of duck to eat.
I've only ever had one, but the Muscovy duck, in my opinion, is just one of the greatest foods on the earth.
I agree.
Second only to beef, I would think. I don't know. The breast meat is very much like is close to beef as far as I can tell.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would have to try it. I don't think we have a Muscovy duck around here.
Some places call it Barbary duck.
Okay. So, Bride's Biscuits vitamin D was 25 when I was taking 8 depression meds, Thomas. 105 now, 0 meds, coincidence.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm definitely, in case you guys didn't hear the number, my vitamin D level is at 13.3, according to my blood work.
Yeah, you wanted above 50 and below 100.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Dr. Nelson or Dr. Phil that said it really optimal is probably like anything between 40 and 75 is
Yeah.
um,
You just don't want to go over 100 very long.
right. I mean, heck,
It's why
I mean, right, I'm not on any depression meds or anything like that. Like I get depressed, but not enough for a doctor to give me medication.
those are the worst drugs they ever came up with.
Yeah, I'm probably better off not being.
They can be very dangerous. And the mind is I got a car backed over me in the parking lot, knocked me unconscious. A few years ago.
Okay.
I wound up in the hospital, and I was hallucinating. And that was the weirdest thing I ever had happen to me in my life. And I thought I'd been captured by the CIA. I was being interrogated by the CIA. I was about to be tortured, and the only thing I could think of was I need to escape. And
Yeah.
It's one way to avoid that, Bill.
In
the hospital. Ow. Hey, Milton. No, Milton.
Okay, so if you could eat one carb for the rest of your life without any negative effects, what would it be? I'm going to guess mango. No, for you. Rick?
I don't know. There's no food that I prefer that has carbohydrates. They're like survival foods. I'd rather just have unlimited steak and then I never have to worry about carbohydrates.
You could stake your life on that.
Oh yeah. I mean, survival food, probably my favorite survival food is plantains because it doesn't affect me in a bad way.
That's what I was looking at. Plantains. I was thinking mango because
Right.
because I remember you mentioning one time when we were talking about strawberry poop gas.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, mango sounds better.
Yeah. I hate strawberries. I find them disgusting. The smell, the taste is horrible. I just feel like throwing up.
I mean, for somebody that's a troll, plant-based mama has some pretty good questions.
Well, that's it. Everyone's welcome here.
Yeah.
Somebody used the name troll. I just, whatever. I don't care where you're from. If you are a vegan and you are on my channel, I welcome you.
Now, that would be an interesting YouTube name. If you put your YouTube name out, like something like Not Another Troll on your channel or something like that.
Well,
like not another teen movie or not another series.
A vegan is a carnivore that took the wrong fork in the road, okay? But really, think about it. They were in search of a better diet, okay?
yeah.
And at some point in time, they had to make the decision, plant-based or meat-based, what really boils down to, in my opinion. And they wouldn't say either choice is a good one at the time because you're cutting out the processed foods. And, when you look at the graphs of seed oils and the graphs of the corn syrup and the graphs of the ultra-processed foods, it follows our obesity and our type 2 diabetes right to a T. 54% of America is type 2 diabetic now, okay? Either
54%.
pre-diabetic, type 2 diabetic, or 54%. Every other person. By 2030, it will hit 60%. And every 3 minutes, a leg is cut off a diabetic. Every 3 minutes. Every 45 seconds, a toe is cut off. Okay? It's $1.5 billion a day. Okay? And by 2030, it's expected to cross over to $1 trillion a year, just diabetes, okay? You go up to the hospital, you got 100 patients there. 33 of them are there for a diabetic type 2 reason. 33. 1 out of 3 patients in the hospital is there due to diabetes. And that's going up every year. 2, 3, 4%. It's expected to be that 1/2 of all hospital patients in 4 years will be in there for a diabetes-related complication. And here's the amazing thing is, Barry's touched upon this. Bernstein's goes into it very deeply. There's a lot of studies out there that are very good studies that show the lower your A1C, not only the longer are you probably going to live, but your percentage of any potential complication just goes down, down, down. That's why in the last 4 or 5 weeks, I've taken my target to be from 70 to 130. That was my target range for my blood glucose. My target now is 70 to 100. I've squeezed it down. I watch my blood sugar a lot closer, and I adjust a lot more often. And I really have to thank. I'm a believer in what everything Bernstein says. I really have taken to heart. And so now I'm thinking, I use insulin pens because you get 5 pens and there's 300 units in each pen. So 4 of my pens can be in the refrigerator, and I got 1 pen out. And once I start that pen, it's good for 28 days roughly. Okay.
Hmm.
So where with the vial, it's got 1,000 units in it. I'm going to be throwing away good insulin because it's gonna spoil outside the refrigerator.
So wait, let me re-ask this question. I'm sorry, Paul.
Yeah.
So I use the pens.
Yeah.
Or let me because it sort of sounded like I said something else. I use the pens. It sounded like I said depends, and I don't use depends. I use
Get back into life with Depend.
yes, and I refrigerate it. You can actually do it once you open it. You can do it out of the refrigerator. Is that what I just heard?
No, once you start a pen, do not put it back in the refrigerator.
Really, I
And
always put it back in the refrigerator.
Well, and I've seen it both ways from the most manufacturers will tell you not to put it back in the refrigerator. Okay, you can Google this, AI it.
I
And
just
here's the thinking. Okay,
okay.
Here's the explanation I've read. So let's just say you take your pen out, you inject some insulin, now you're going to put it back in the refrigerator. The room environment you were in was just, let's just say, 75% humidity. So now some of the air around that pen, and you put it in the refrigerator, the condensation occurs, and a little bit of moisture can creep into your insulin. I don't think it's ever going to have that much effect. And I think either way, you're really not going to hurt anything. Okay, that's just my scientific mind, engineering. You think about it, you're not going to very much. Okay,
Right.
and it matters that much.
Mm-hmm.
But, the problem, Bernstein advocates using syringes that go down to the half unit. So the barrel inside the syringe is half the size.
All right.
It's very small. And so you look at there's 60 markings on it, but it's only a 30 unit pen. So you can, if you want 2.5 units of insulin, you can shoot 2.5 units of insulin. And have you ever thought about taking 1 unit of insulin? 1 unit. You give yourself an injection, you're going to give 1 unit.
Right.
You ever done that?
I never gone that low.
Well, I'll tell you, my target is 83, okay? So let's just talk round numbers. My target's 85, okay? So I see my blood sugar was at 80, and it went past 85, and it's headed towards 90. I'm going to take corrective action. I'm going to take a little fast-acting insulin. I'm going to use the right term. I'm going to use some rapid-acting insulin, and I'm going to use like 2 units. And there's not much to push on that plunger for 2 units. It's,
No.
You're going that far, you're not going anywhere. But I can sit here and watch my CGM. I'll go to 90, 92, to turn around, come back down to 80, 81, 82. We just add 2 units of insulin. And Bernstein even goes in, Bernstein, sorry if I mispronounce his name sometimes.
Well, I'm sure he would care less either way.
Yeah. He even talks about the proper way to withdraw the needle from your body, okay? And the correct amount of time to leave the needle in your body, okay? And he gets, and it can and cannot make a difference. It just kind of depends on the individual, maybe. But and the thing I've noticed, I've been 9 months now, very serious 0 carb carnivore lifestyle. I made it through Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, and now St. Patrick's Day and Easter. I made it through all these food holidays. Okay, 0 carb. Okay, and I didn't eat mac and cheese made with cauliflower. I didn't have any kind of crap like that either. And a big day for me would be 10 carbs. That'd be a big day, big carb day for me. And I notice now my insulin takes effect quicker now. And I used to inject a certain insulin, and it would take an hour and a half before I saw any change in my blood sugar. Now, 10, 15 minutes is changing. It's that initial dose, how long it takes to engage, and that's just part of the healing process. I'm more sensitive to the insulin. I don't have as much resistance, and that's just what I figure. See, you probably heard me talk over the last few weeks. Oh, I'm going to go get tested. I'm going to find out if I'm type 1, type 1.5. What am I really? Doesn't really matter. Who cares? Okay, I'm diabetic.
Yeah.
What is diabetes?
All the same animal, just different teeth,
Diabetes is elevated blood sugar. So what's the opposite of that? Steady, controlled, lower blood sugar.
Yeah.
And Bernstein says that's 83. A normal, healthy adult human being should be at 83. A child should be around 70, 75. A pregnant woman should be at 65. And but there's not many healthy people out there anymore. That's just fact. The only reason I do a lipid panel is because HDL and triglycerides are so important as to metabolic markers. And you want to know what that ratio is. I've got a beautiful ratio, man. My triglycerides are 40. My HDL is like 88.
Wow.
I'm like at a half, 0.5. They want you under 2, or some doctors say under 3. I'm in the fractions. I'm under a half. I care less about my LDL. I really don't care. Much to the disappointment of my primary care physician, but they want me to take that shot for cholesterol. Ain't happening.
Is Rick asleep?
I don't know. Rick,
I've been very suspicious of Milton.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
I'm still here.
I feel so sorry for cats because as I grew up on the farm, I saw cats just being abused. People drop them off out in the country, Very cruel thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
That cat may be a meal for a fox that evening,
Yeah.
Yep.
True.
And cats in the barn, if they didn't grow up in that environment, they're in a hostile, foreign environment, and they don't know how to behave.
Mm-hmm.
And you got 90 cows, right? You all got a nice straw bed. And where the cat like to lie? Right on the straw in the wintertime. Syracuse, New York, cold, icy weather.
Mm.
And the cow doesn't have an alarm on it when it decides to lie down,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to call what they do. And the cat gets crushed.
Mm-hmm.
And, we at the farm, we did not have time for burial ceremonies for cats.
Mm-hmm.
They went on the manure spreader and went out in the field. And,
Milton.
just,
Little Milton.
So
just horrific,
Roxanne friend, she
Milton.
says that vitamin D is high. How high is it, Roxanne? You don't mind, just out of curiosity.
The standardized test is called the D25.
What, for the vitamin D test?
That's the blood test.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. Like, obviously they tested it because I wouldn't have gotten the results of it if they didn't. But I'm not really sure what they called it.
And if you, when you're a medical company, do you have like a patient portal where you can look at all your data and stuff?
Oh yeah, no, I have all my
Yeah.
data. You know,
Cool.
I mean, I could show the numbers if you guys wanted to see it, but
No,
you know,
that's you know,
it would just
we're
take
sure
a
you're not
while for
making
me
any
to
money.
well, I'd have to like put in the password, because it was something I didn't think of. You know, maybe one of these, maybe next time I can show what the numbers look like.
Write them down.
Um, well, I use modern technology now, but yeah.
Well, Monday I go for an A1C on Monday.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, my
We'll see
my
what that-
A1C actually improved. Now,
Yeah, I saw that. I
yeah,
wrote you congrats.
it was
Milton,
good
sweetie.
at first, and then it went bad.
Stuff Milton.
Went to
I
7.9.
love Milton.
Now it's at 6.3.
Milton.
I'm not sure what Milton's A1C is, but mine was.
Well, he's sleeping
I'm
next to
interested
me
in-
now.
Milton's
Yeah,
A1C is probably
nice.
2.
I'm
2
interested to see how my my A1C relates to my GMI on my meter, my 90-day GMI. So it'd be interesting to see how those two relate. I expect my A1C to be slightly higher by up to half a point or maybe even more.
Well, I mean, mine was definitely, because mine went from like 6.2, then to 7.5, and now it's 6.3. So obviously, it was more than just 1 point, like a partial point. You know.
Yeah, you're right back to where you started from.
Pretty
Great.
much, and hopefully now it'll just keep on going down lower. You know, but I think that what it is like, Dr. Phil thought it could be the protein, that like the protein was just increasing my sugars basically. Because
Yeah.
I mean, all I know, Paul, is that I lowered my protein intake and it brought my sugars down. So
Well,
you know,
here's the thing. I've done a lot of studying on this. Okay. And Tony Hampton just did a thing on this, and I watched it very carefully. I watched it like 3 times. So protein does, according to Bernstein, you have to check your protein, and it's less than the amount of insulin you use to cover carbs. Okay. And by the way, Bernstein diet is 30 carbs a day.
Milton.
30 carb, low carb diet.
right.
That's for an adult. So why does the make glucose? What was the liver to make glucose? There are 2 hormones that do that. Paul's blood sugar is dropping. Paul needs glucose. Okay? And the average rate 7 to 9 grams per hour. Okay? But
Paul, you're kind of
But I have-
breaking up. Is anybody else here, Paul, breaking up, or is it?
Yeah, his connection is really, really bad.
All right.
yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize.
Gone now.
Just didn't know if you
Well,
were
I
aware.
know.
No, you sound like a robot. That's
I sound like the robot, huh?
well, a robot. From that just lost some of its energy.
Well,
An AI
what's
that's-
coming up.
Can't say.
You know what's coming up in 15 minutes, don't you?
I do. I'm looking at my watch, and
What is it?
Mitch has his live in like 20 minutes.
Oh,
I'm guessing
okay.
that's what Rick is talking about.
That's right.
There's only so many I can do, and
Milton,
I've
he's
not been to that
cute.
one in a long time.
Soft Milton.
Um,
Yes.
But and a healthy kidney can make a lot of glucose too.
Hmm.
And there's like 4 different places in your body where it can make its own glucose. It can happen in your brain. There's certain cells in your brain that can make glucose.
right.
Your kidneys can make glucose. Your liver can make glucose. And there's something else I can't remember what it is. I'm not a great. When I study something, I have to study it 4 or 5 times before I get it down. But now, when I eat, and I'm eating mostly protein and fat, and I watch my CGM. Say I eat a good amount. Let's just say I eat a 1 pound of ground beef. My blood sugar will rise like a very small hill, will slope, go up very slowly, and that's affecting my A1C, and that's kind of what happens. So protein is going to rise your blood sugar, but it's nowhere as near as dramatic as what carbs
Oh,
do.
no. Oh, no, absolutely
Yeah.
not. But I think what Dr. Phil was sort of saying for me was it wasn't that he thought that protein was the main villain, you know. I think what it was like, here I am, I'm not really eating any carbs, except for what I've mentioned before on my channel and stuff like that. And, like I'm pretty much strict carnivore. And for the longest time, I was strict carnivore, right? Um, there has to be, so, since there's no carbs in my body, or very little carbs, then something's got to be converting it to sugar to keep my sugars high. And so I think he was just, subjecting, like thinking like, okay, well, why don't we lower your protein and see what happens with that? And that started working,
Hmm.
So, I mean, now we're at about 100, between 110 to 120 grams of protein now per day. I can go as far as I want with fat, if I want to go 5,000 things of fat, as long as I'll be on the toilet for like 5,000 to 6,000, but
It's one way to lose weight.
yeah, but so it seems to be working. Like right now, I just took insulin today once, and right now it's going up a little bit at 115. But that's just because I'm so excited to be here right now that my sugars are.
It's good. Milton.
That's true.
Milton.
The other thing is,
Yep, just lost Paul.
Oh.
It's just a matter of time.
With that spotty connection, it just cut off, I guess.
Yeah, well, Paul seems to have that issue.
I hope mine's okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're always,
Milton's asleep with his tail wagging.
We'll probably get going soon because I know a lot of people probably want to go on with Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch has his Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. SNL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes I do think to myself, though, that bring Paul back. Hey, Paul.
Hey.
See. Sometimes, I kind of wish I didn't lower my protein. Like I kind of feel like that I'm getting more hungry now because I'm not eating enough, But I just have to figure out how to increase the fat, So it's
So how tall are you, Tom?
I'm about 5'9.5" to be exact.
Oh, we're like the same height then. Okay.
I mean, I used to think I was 5'10.5", but then I found out later on that I was an inch shorter all this time. So I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
You're 5'10.5". But my father was 5'8.5". So
same
I guess
here.
makes more sense.
My height hasn't changed.
But weren't you short when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, yeah. But when I reached full size, at 6'6", which I still am,
No,
haven't
Rick
shrunk
was
at
about
all.
6'6".
I haven't shrunk one little bit.
You know, I always find myself like whenever I see a guy that's like in his 70s, you know, and he's like your height, I always think to myself like, okay, if people shrink when they get older, how tall was this guy in his youth? You know, like, you know, if he's like 6'6" at the age of 70, can you imagine how tall he was at the age of
Well, if I make it to 70, I'll probably still be
But,
6'6".
we don't have. Yeah,
No,
and
if you do
that's
shrink,
important
it'd probably be
because
like
we don't have
6'5"
data.
and 3/4. That's what it'll just be like. It'd be like a little segment.
We don't know if carnivores shrink or if they do shrink. When do they shrink? We don't know.
That's true. We don't know that. That is true. Paul.
There's not enough data. There's not enough data out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like when you look at some of your labs. When you look at the range, it's the range for sick people. It's not the range for carnivores.
No, that's true.
And no. And the other thing is, this happened the other last night at their pajama party. Those girls had. The reason I popped in was this lady was her A1C went from and I said that
Oh, did I lose both Paul and Rick?
I don't know. I'm here.
Oh, okay. You went black. You're black now, and you know, I mean, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just saying you're black.
I've been Miltonized.
You've been Miltonized.
Right.
Okay, so
That is weird.
we'll probably end soon. You know, I mean, I'm guessing a few people are going to want to go on to Mitch's thing,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I'm sure Milton's going to attack Rick eventually.
He's sleeping. What a cutie. Softy.
Yeah, so I gotta figure out how to increase because I think that, you know, the one thing it does affect is your sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that if I can improve my sleep, that probably will improve my sugars too, because the bad sleep can also affect the sugars.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so
That's true.
okay. So we got somebody that's joined. BK, Belgian Carnivore. Hey, BK.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I having a feeling she's on your channel?
Yes. One of my regulars.
See, well, you know, I have my regulars and you have your regulars, but most of my regulars are your regulars. So,
That's right. We're all a team here. We're not in a competition.
nope. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to end the show.
All right.
It was great having you on, Rick.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate any time you come on, whether it's on just like one of the panel talk or DC is here. Hey, DC. We are I can't speak for Rick, but I'm doing freaking fantastic, DC. So, you know, like what was it Rick said? What was it Mitch says all the time? If I was any better, it would be illegal.
Yeah. And Mitch will be the next step. In a few minutes, we'll be with Mitch. So it's one live to the other today.
Great.
Same thing tomorrow.
Yeah, I might join in for a little bit. Not really sure. I have to feel the room.
There you go. See if it's lively enough.
Yeah, feel the room. See what the tone is, you know. Yeah. All right, so live, love, heal, and for God's sakes, people. In Rick's case, especially the Muscovy duck.
Mm-hmm.
Eat the meat.
Mm-hmm.